my love. Oh, honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been alarming, honey? But take a look at where we are. Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been alarming, honey? But take a look at where we are.
Welcome to the British Shooting Show 2024. This year promises to be the biggest and the best trade and retail show in the UK. We've got a full weekend booked of interviews at all the stands to have a look at the new kit available this year. Let's get at it.
When I know it's true.
Hey guys, it's Craig from Miles Outdoors from last year, remember him? Hey man, how you doing?
Well,
Yeah, good, good.
good stuff.
These look familiar.
Yeah, so something new for the market. Ultimately, we've had contact with the US distributor for a long time.
Sure.
We've let him, I suppose, distribute them in the US for maybe 6 to 9 months now. It's gone really well for him, so we've said, you know what, let's have a try, let's just see. So yeah, we've had the black action and the silver action. Yeah, obviously no guesses to what they're emulating.
Yeah, it look awfully familiar. Removable trigger?
Yep, absolutely. So it's,
Right.
I believe, similar system. So safety off, all the way forwards, a bit harder,
Yep.
and then break the gun and then pull the trigger out.
Yep.
So that's it.
Same leaf springs?
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, on the leaf springs.
Lovely.
So similar system.
I'm not going to try and do that.
Yeah, you get used to the technique eventually. don't you? So all the same thing. So 30 or 32 inch, or 28 inch if you so wish. We will have higher models with hand engraving, scroll engraving. They do look really, really nice. Still shot proof, 3-inch chamber, all the features that you need for,
Sure.
for the everyday shooting now, basically.
Adjustable and standard, or all adjustable?
Yes, yeah, adjustable
All
standard. Yeah, we can make them non-adjustable. There will be a bit of a semi-custom option. We're just working out how we're going to do that with dealers and things.
Quite a nice pronounced sort of palm swell to it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Beaver
actually
tail or
quite nimble for
beaver tail or normal schnabels off the forend. So
a lot of the
again,
weight's
choice.
kind of in between the hands.
Yeah, yeah.
And available.
So these arrived on Tuesday, just
Right.
before the show. They've not got to proof yet. Couple of months.
Yeah.
Couple of months out to dealers, once everything goes to plan.
And RRP.
$4,999.99.
Fair enough. So, have you got more new guns on the stand than all the rest of the show?
Trying to. The British Shooting Show is the one that you release guns at.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have SHOT Show for other things and bits
Yeah,
and bobs,
yeah, yeah.
and then EWA following the next couple of weeks. But British Shooting Show, obviously, for the British market, it's the one to put all your new stuff out, the prototypes. It's fantastic to have hundreds of people say, I like this, I don't like that, I want this, I want that, and we can go back and effectively edit the guns to suit the mass market, basically.
So this 812S, 12 gauge semi.
The name might change, we might take the 812S off it, but again, it's prototype.
Sure.
Very happy with it, we are going to go ahead with it. Cerakote colours, we're just having a play.
I like this colour.
So
I do
it's
like it, that kind of
another
OD
tick for
green.
yes.
Yeah.
It's a flattering colour for, sounds very marketing-y, but out in the pigeon hide,
Yep.
it'll blend into most pigeon hides. Out in the playground, it's not obscene, it's not bright blue or red.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an in-betwixt colour that should hopefully appeal
Sure.
to most markets.
Gas operated, but with a rotating bolt.
Yes, yeah, so the hybrid bolt system, or the hybrid gas system, you have one hole in the barrel as normal, slightly different, and then inside there your hybrid system has 5 ports. Depending on the shell you use, it will either take more gas or let more gas pass away.
Okay.
So the lighter load you use, it'll accept more gas into the ports, and then the heavier load you use, it'll close the ports off to
Right.
manage the recoil at the same time as obviously cycling the gun.
Yeah.
The really cool feature is, now of course there's always a massive caveat, once the gun's been shot in, and obviously the springs are a bit looser and been bedded in, it will shoot 2 3/4 24 gram.
Right.
Cartridge depending, things like that, there will be cheaper cartridges that won't do, but there will be 24 gram 70mm cartridge that will shoot, so then it drops into your clay shooting comfort.
And when are you going to be out to prototyping on this, do you think?
We're pretty close to pulling the trigger, pardon the pun. It'll be a couple of months.
Right.
A couple of months. And price is going to be $549.
Okay.
So it's
competitive.
It's going to be, it's pitching in the right area that, again, it's not taking the Beretta big boys at the price they are, but we've got the system, the hybrid system that will take on the Beretta big boys.
It's bonny enough.
Absolutely, thank you.
And the ergo is quite nice. It's not awkward. That swing's not too bad at all. It's not too lively. Interesting. And then we've got this fella.
So this one kind of came alive from the sketchbook almost of me just thinking, is it possible to, well, A, it's possible to do, but will people like it?
Yeah.
So it's built from our XS model, if people know that.
Yeah.
Taking away the mid-ribs, so it's floating barrels, and then having the black action with the polished receiver, polished side plate. It's a bit wacky, and again, it's basically getting people's
Trying
hands.
something out,
Someone like
right?
yourself, tell us what you think of it. You know, do you think it work? What's the options? What do we need to change? Do we need to change the side plate to colour case hardened maybe, or something a bit different that's a bit less shiny?
You can always check your hair and...
Exactly, absolutely. So it's a vanity
Ladies' gun. Do you mean?
So again, 30-inch, 32-inch.
Feels exactly like the other one.
So it's very brown and ultra XS-y.
Yeah.
Is the theme that the XS runs from.
Yeah.
And 1,199 would be the retail price. And again, we are months away.
Yeah.
So it's we have a lot of new prototypes, and it's unfortunate I want it to be a little bit further down the road with orders and actually having stock.
Sure.
But it's fantastic to get them here enough. Have people like yourself come over and see them.
Awesome.
And again, obviously, as you said previously, they'll all
I'm sure
be,
we'll get a look
they'll
at
be
them later in
packaged
the
up and
year.
sent to you. Absolutely.
Good stuff, man.
But what do you think?
I don't know. I think it'll be a grower, not a shower, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that mirror finish.
Yeah.
I
want to see it in
I would
almost
be
6 months. Yes. Yeah. I want to see it in 6 months' time. Like
How
see how
it
it scratches.
scratches,
Yeah. Does it tarnish? Just see how it performs.
I do think your idea of doing a case hardening on it is probably going to be a bit more of a goer.
Now I've seen it, I've kind of scratched the itch. I'll stick that in my cabinet and I'll buy it. But I do think it's going to need some form of. It'll be a chemical colour case hardening to keep the cost down.
Sure.
And it'll just have the beautiful blues and greens and reds.
But it makes a nice little feature piece on the side of the gun.
I think it's almost too plain.
Yeah.
I don't like the word plain. So
No, I know exactly what you mean.
The first 3 or 4 people that picked it up said, "Oh, is it missing something?"
Right.
And it's kind of like, well, that's almost straight away a tick to say,
Yeah.
we need to do something about it.
Yeah. So another somewhat familiar design.
Yeah.
So this is the S3.
Yes. So it will be something different when it comes under the Webley and Scott banner.
Uh-huh.
It is ultimately a prototype gun that we brought here today just to gauge interest. So far, it's only a few hours into the show. We've had a lot of people picking it up.
Yeah, I've
really
seen it
seeming
off
to
the wall
like
a fair bit.
and that's mainly because of the wood quality.
It's
Grade 3 Turkish walnut with a really pronounced
good palm swell. Yeah.
And again, features that you need: adjustable stock, 3-inch chambers, steel shot-proof, multi-choke, 5 extendable chokes.
Yep.
A matte chrome finish on the outside and a mirror chrome finish on the inside. So it's
Extended.
Predominantly been built for the US market.
Right.
There's a huge demand over there for sporting shotguns, and obviously with it being the Webley and Scott banner, it will come into the UK.
Yeah, sure. Interesting. Again, I'd be like to get my hands on it to have actual shoot.
Absolutely.
When it's available, but
Yeah, no problem at all.
handle's nice.
It does, doesn't it? We've shot probably around circa 10,000 cartridges through it so far.
Right.
No hiccups, no flaws. Obviously, there shouldn't be. I'm very happy with it. Triggers are lovely. We're improving the trigger slightly, dropping it more to 2-3 pound-ish. Just the Turkish factory at the moment is geared up for the American market with very heavy triggers. And obviously we're trying to improve that for ourselves at the same time as the US market.
Yeah.
It'd be roughly around £1,300 retail for the UK. So it's in that bracket that we're trying to revitalise Webley and Scott in the respect of just there's new markets we can go into with new guns and new ideas. Let's try and take it. Let's capitalise basically. And I suppose the next one it was a perfect skit into the next one. Is our Webley and Scott Rascal. Exactly. So non-moderated and moderated. Moderated, we're still going through some prototype issues and prototypes, sorting them out. Maybe 4 to 6 months roughly we'll get that. By the time we have them built, proofed and out to dealers. We should have everything finalised in the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then it's just the process of getting things done. But real basic, real simple. Steel action, steel main pin. So against the competitors that do make other single barrels, the steel action, steel main pin is the next level.
Yeah. And they are fun to shoot.
Absolutely.
I spent last weekend with a mate of mine messing about with, not one of these, but something similar.
Yeah.
Just dicking about on his 5-stand layout.
Yeah.
Taking
410s are beautiful cartridges to play with.
One at a time.
Of course.
But no, they're fun.
It's fun to see how fast you can reload them and things as well.
Yeah. Obviously, very short in the stock, but I gather these are going to come with extendable modules, so you can lengthen them out.
In the box or out of the box, it'll come at 330mm.
Yep.
And then with 2 spaces that are provided, it'll go out to 360.
Right.
It's still a little bit short for most adults.
Yeah.
You'll be able to buy additionals, and it just keeps stacking on basically.
Yeah, sure.
To go on. So it's a great little lads and dads gun as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, it's that thing of we've got to bring more people into the sport.
Yeah.
Need new lads and dads, girls and mums.
How many people had one of these or something like it as their first gun?
Absolutely,
Nice.
absolutely. So retail pricing, $259 for the standard.
Yep.
And then about $450-ish for the moderated.
Do you know what it's missing?
Go on.
The pump. Something for the future, perhaps?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Cheers, man. So this guy is Chris from Gunwerks. You guys do a bespoke rifle service, effectively. You make really, really tasty rifles, right?
Tasty rifles for 18 years now. We just
Right.
celebrated our 18th
What state are
birthday.
you based in?
We're based in Wyoming.
Right, okay. Big open country out there.
Great open country. It's where people go to hunt in the U.S.,
Sure,
right?
sure.
They go to hunt out west. They like to shoot big animals and shoot from a long ways away.
Yeah, sure.
That's what we focus on.
So this looks particularly nice. Do you want to talk me through this particular chassis that you...
So this is the first 100% vertically integrated rifle that we've built within our system.
Okay.
So this is the Nexus rifle featuring the aluminum NXT action, swappable barrel system. We're in the UK, so we've kind of got that European flair with the leather accents that we put onto it. 6-lug bolt system, aluminum action, so it's lightweight, very much like a titanium, but a fraction of the cost.
Sure.
And swappable barrels. So many countries in Europe, you're limited to the number of rifles that you can own or the number of calibers that you can own. So this is great because now you can own one rifle, have 3 or 4 different calibers to choose from.
Retain that familiarity with the system, just change the caliber.
Exactly. So for 18 years, we've been building guns. As those years have progressed, we've brought more and more of that innovation and that engineering and that design in-house. So this rifle, 100% from front to back, is built in our factory in Cody, Wyoming.
Okay.
So in addition to that, what Gunwerks has been known for many, many years is doing a rifle system, mounting the scope, shooting the gun, breaking it in, and giving the user basically a package that's 1,000 yards out of the box, ready to go.
Ready to shoot.
So with Revic is our sister company, is short for Revolutionary Optics, and essentially it's an ecosystem of products. So we have a smart product in our Radical scope. We have our BR4 ballistic rangefinder behind you, which was the world's first ballistic rangefinder when it was launched in 2012. So this is our 4th generation. And we have our newly released BLR-10B rangefinding binoculars.
Right.
We've got more toys coming out soon. We've got 2 more.
Everybody likes toys.
We got 2 more iterations of our 4 to 25 coming out, a 3 to 21 and a 6 to 36. We have a 3 to 18 Accuroscope to meet our 5 to 25. We've got a wind meter coming out this year that's going to be very, very sexy. So that's what we do. We try to do it all.
Right. We've had a little look through this scope, and it is sexy. It's like some Star Trek malarkey going on inside. It really is cool. The ret moves in real time.
So basically what this scope is doing is it's taking everything that you've known from us in our rangefinder and our rangefinding binos for many, many years, and we've put it all into a rifle scope. So this rifle scope will calculate every ballistic variable known to man. It will measure and calculate all of that accurately. It'll calculate your wind and your distance. You just have to input those. Those are the only 2 that you have to input.
Okay.
So, for example, you as a shooter, you're behind glass. Your goal as a shooter, as a hunter, should be to get into a comfortable shooting position, get your crosshairs on center, and not have to worry and fiddle fart with everything else. So me as your guide, I range the animal. I tell you it's 850 yards. You reach up with your non-shooting hand, and you're just going to dial that turret until the inside LED screen says 850 yards. When it's 850, you're ready to go. The only other consideration is going to be wind. And wind is going to be calculated by this old switch on top of it. So you're going to have a clock position in your LED screen that's going to tell you, what
wind
your
direction.
wind direction is. So you can set it to a 10 mile an hour, 3 o'clock position. As soon as you land on 850, it's going to tell you to hold, say, 2.5 minutes of wind. You're going to move that reticle over and pull the trigger. So you never have to disrupt your shooting position. Get up, fiddle fart with the turret.
It's all the information's right there.
All the information's right there. So it's as user friendly and as seamless as we can make it.
That's awesome. And in terms of the rifle itself, Are you based on a 700 action or?
So our traditional rifles, our Climber, our Magnus, our Verdict, those are going to be based on the 700 action that we've basically reformulated. If you will.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of innovation and technology into that action. This is a very new design for us. So it's a 100% newly designed action. The only thing it shares with the 700 is the hole spacing on the action screws.
Okay.
Other than that, it's a completely new design. So it's got a really sexy curb appeal to it. It's got integrated rails. It's got a new 6-lug bolt. It's aluminum, so it's a fraction of the cost of titanium, but the same type of weight. It's got a nice detachable bag box. That's what we do.
Okay. And I guess you do
try to be sexy.
Sexy's good. I guess you do like off the shelf as well as the custom built.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Gunwerks is known as a custom company. And not to mix feathers, but we're more custom production, right?
Sure.
So we're going to give a lot of custom features. You're going to be able to choose barrel length. You're going to be able to choose action material. Length of pull, colors, but at the end of the day, we're not going to do anything that the user wants, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like buying a Ferrari. You're going to get so many different...
You can have it any color you want as long as it's red.
or purple or lime green, right? But there's a fee for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a semi-custom, if you will.
And this, I noticed this bipod is bloody sick. You want to talk me through this?
Oh, I will talk you through it, but I have to pull the gun off to really kind of show you. So, this bipod was years in the making. So, Gunwerks is a hunting company owned by hunters that builds products for hunters. So everything that we do has the hunter in mind.
Yeah.
So this bipod has a cam lock locking system, so it's going to tighten as you turn it. So when you pull it out of the box, you're going to turn it 90 degrees, throw it onto your pick rail, and turn it 90 until it snaps into place. So it's a quick detach, quick deployment legs. You're going to have a button on the back here. This button right here is going to allow you to widen your legs.
Right.
So you're going to go from a center position to a extremely wide position like that. That's going to give you 4.5 inches of height. Is going to be the lowest setting. And when you want to go higher, we've got 12 settings on the bottom leg, and you have a twist lock to get up to 19 inches height.
That's awesome.
So, from a hunter's perspective, I mean, you want adaptability. You want lightweight. When you're thinking about a hunting rifle, you want something that's sleek and pretty. You don't want a big, heavy, tactical bipod. So we have something that's going to match the barrel, match the stock. It's sleek.
Nice.
So
very, very nice. And 449, I'm guessing, available now from basically your stockist. Yep. Excellent. All right. And if they want to talk to somebody about getting one of these built, what do they do? Go to the website?
So go to Highland Outdoors or Gunwerks. What is it? Gunwerks.co.uk.
Right.
So anybody at Highland Outdoors, they're basically our European and UK distributor. They sell direct to consumer here in the UK. And let me tell you, I've never been impressed with a dealer as much as I have with Highland Outdoors. Everybody that works here is a fanatic about our product. They know the system inside and out. So if you're looking for expertise, they're definitely the guys to talk to.
Awesome. Thanks very much. Nice to meet you, man.
Pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you.
Hey guys, so I'm here on the Edgar Brothers stand with Zoli and fellow hull shooter Matt Hans. Now Matt, you've been shooting a Evo.
Yep, XL Evo.
I interviewed Antonio in 2019 when the gun was launched. Still waiting to get one. I gather I'm getting yours after you're finished with it. But tell us, I mean, you've been shooting one for a while, right? So
yeah, I started shooting this May really of last year when it first came through. As you know, I was shooting Krieghoff, been with them for 10 years prior, so obviously it was quite a considerate sort of change. So yeah, it was sort of May really when I first got my hands on it, messed around with it, changed a few setups, tried to get, working on the balance. the great thing, obviously, is you know about the guns
Yeah, interchangeable side plates.
and BHP weight system, adjustable cone on this one. I use a trap 4 end because obviously
Right.
I've got quite big mitts.
Yeah. Hi, they are like.
Yeah. A lot of it is getting the guns set up. Once
Sure.
you've got a gun, set up so it shoots where you're looking, etc. The rest of it is just confidence with it. I've suffered. The reason I was with Krieghoff is I've suffered with recoil for a number of years, just for too many years of shooting, I think. And I've used a recoil reducer, and that's transgressed from ISIS to Danusa to a RAD system probably over the last 20 years. And the great thing about this, as you can see, there's no recoil reduction system on it, and it's softer to shoot than my Krieghoff. It's literally like shooting an air gun, and that for me is one of its biggest USPs.
Sure.
From a competitive point of view, recovery time between shots is obviously minimal. But yeah, I mean, I love it to bits. Took a little bit of getting used to.
Of course, yeah.
And like anything else, setting it up to it's 95% perfect is fine.
Yeah.
Fine tuning it, getting that extra little 1-2%, and I think probably for me, I won the UK Championships with it September last year, and I think that was the biggest turning point in my head in accepting that the gun's as good as it can get.
I get it, yeah.
And obviously since then, schools have just gone from strength to strength. We're off to Malaga end of next month. We've got the European fitters out there, so I'm out with the team. We've got 4 Zoli shooters in the squad, so it's just showing that the gun's becoming more and more popular.
I think Zoli's reputation is really starting to turn a corner. There's been a long time kind of in the darkness. Dealers don't want to touch them, but I think they're really starting to come round. The quality's there.
Yeah, you've been to the factory.
I haven't actually, not to Zoli.
Have you not been out there? Definitely worth the trip. Paolo and the team out there, their technology behind the scenes is incredible. The lengths they go to make sure everything's perfect. Wasted on most clay shooters, dare I say. All they want to do is put shells in, pull the trigger, and watch the clays break. But when you've actually been behind the scenes and you see what goes into it,
sure.
It's why the guns come with 10-year warranties. I've had this, like I said, just shy of 12 months, 9 months now.
What do you reckon you put through it?
25,000, I suppose. And yeah, I mean, I'll be putting another 25,000 through it. And it's as good as it was the day I got it.
Fair enough.
But a lot of people, they won't do that sort of volume, but they need the reliability. I mean, one of the great things, and as you said with Zoli, why it's gaining traction and growing in the market, those people that are shooting them are shooting them very, very well. If you look at, Stuart Clark had a great result, obviously at the British last year. Nigel Hart, who's been shooting for as long as I have, he had the best year ever. When people start seeing the results, yes, we know it's the shooter, but you've got to have confidence in your equipment. Edgar are doing a phenomenal job. The warranty side of it, the servicing, the quick turnaround. They've got every conceivable part in the UK. If something goes wrong, heavens forbid, straightforward turnaround, put it back around. They're putting a service bus on the road that will be travelling around the shoots.
Right.
So again, I mean, from a competitor's point of view, I've got shoots every week.
Yeah.
I can't be without the gun. So if I need a new set of firing pins or need new ejectors or whatever, I don't want to be sending it off for weeks on end. And it's those sorts of things that do make a difference.
Yeah, sure.
I love it to bits.
Super. Cool. Nice to speak to you, man.
Thanks very much.
Take care.
And you.
So I've grabbed some time with Pedder from Aimpoint. You've probably seen these things several times if you watch Johnny's channel. And Field Sports. They're getting a lot of traction right now. And I've come and had a quick look. Pedder, tell me a little bit about designing this thing.
Yeah. Well, this is compared to the older model. This is more sleek, more lightweight. It's quadratic. The battery is more integrated within the side, so it doesn't stick out. The light intensity buttons are digital here on the side.
Yep.
So it's more compressed, more dense model.
Yeah. And did you? Is the dot size changed as well?
It's changed. It's
Sure.
now a 9 MOA
Right.
compared to a 6 MOA. So it's largely larger.
The thing about this, as compared to, as I was talking to Peter a minute ago about, I used to shoot pistols on one of these things, and one of the things you find with a pistol is you end up, until you really get your grip angle nailed,
Yeah.
you're looking for the dot. As soon as you mount that, it's there. There's
Yeah.
no...
Luckily in shotgun shooting you have 2 hands.
Exactly,
so
exactly.
It
It is
doesn't
just
take that much of
instant
time.
acquisition, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The weird thing I found is that if you was going to shoot this, I almost feel like I'd take the bead off,
Yeah.
because the acquisition with this eye is perfect, but suddenly my left eye can see that.
Ah, okay. But you can fill that off if you would like
Yeah,
to.
of course. But I would really like to try shooting one just to see how it
Yeah.
feels. Just to
But we'll get that sorted.
that would be great. Thank
we
you.
will. We will.
So, what is this model called? Is it available now? How much do they cost?
It's available now. We
Okay.
we also have them here at the fair, at the exhibition. So you are more than welcome to purchase them here. Yeah.
Okay. And this model is called the
Acro S2.
S2. Okay.
Acro S2.
Super.
Yeah.
And RRP?
Around 750.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It looks a really well made bit of kit. In
It
fairness.
is. We're very proud of it. And we think this is a natural evolution of sporting shoots and the gun and optics sort of relationship. Because if you look at it, maybe 150 years ago, people wouldn't use a rifle scope on a rifle. Now
Yeah.
everybody does that. But same with the red dots. For maybe 50 years ago, people wouldn't use red dots because they didn't exist. Now red dots are more popular on rifles. So the shotgun is the next step.
Yeah.
And it's coming big time.
In terms of the mounting system, there's a
Yeah.
question I had. If you are worried about putting one of these on your expensive high-end shotgun, how
Yeah.
have you managed the mounting
Well,
system?
it
for the
needs
rest?
to be a ventilated rib.
Yep.
And in the box, when you buy them, you have a very intuitive chart. So you first measure the height and then the width.
Yep.
And then you get different platings inside the box.
Okay.
So you will get the right combination
The
of plates.
kit comes with everything you need.
Kit comes with everything you need.
Okay. Awesome. And
Yeah.
battery life?
50,000 hours. So
Kind of wild then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Not going to run out by the end of the day. Cool.
it won't.
Awesome. Well, look,
We'll get you set up.
I would love to try one of these.
We'll
I'm
do
really intrigued.
Yeah.
Be really good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Hey, Alistair.
Hello.
It's been a year,
It has. Flown by, it has.
and we've both grown somewhat grey.
We
I
have.
feel.
We have. Yeah, some more than others.
Anyhow, you've got some nice new toys. I've seen this
Yep.
kicking about on socials a little while.
Yep.
It's a pretty thing.
It is.
I do like something different,
Yes.
and I'm excited.
Yeah. So, completely different to Guerini's traditional roots. It is an art contemporary, so completely different engraving to what they've done before. And quite a modern look.
Sure.
But still quite understated, I think. So, yeah,
To be honest, I'm a big fan of doing something different, and this is different.
it is.
I like the fact that you've got that colour in there, geometric patterns. This little motif that runs through here is very pretty with that kind of reverse arrows and stuff. It's a bonny thing,
Yeah.
and it isn't expensive.
No, so your standard Invictus Sporter, Artco Sporter, sorry, you're starting about 6. This particular version, the Ascent, you're at 6.6.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
and to be honest, the Invictus is just, as far as I'm concerned, it's just unburstable. They are, without a shadow of a doubt, the best gun you make, and regardless of the engraving, they're a fantastic piece of kit.
Absolutely.
But are these sort of a limited edition or are they just general release?
They're not limited at the moment, they are general release. We've got a limited number coming into the UK this year. That's not going to change. So it is what it is. But yeah, they
In both flat rib and Ascent?
yes, yeah.
Right.
At the moment, it's just standard flat rib Sporter and Ascent.
Awesome.
So
And available now?
available now, yes. We'll hit the dealers probably as of Tuesday.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Lovely. What else you got? So the new Tempio.
Correct.
Well, a variation of the Tempio, right?
A variation of Tempio, yeah. So same engine, same gearbox, just a slight update on engraving. So Tempio Limited, as the name suggests, colour case hardened action gold birds, but predominantly same as a standard Tempio.
To be honest, I think my favourite version of, well, prior to perhaps the Artco of the Invictus is the 3 with the colour case.
Yes.
I just think it sets off the gold in a non-too blingy way.
Yep.
Something about colour case that I really dig, especially if it's nicely done. And this is really like deep.
It is, yeah.
There's a lot of figure in it.
There is.
And I think, I don't know, it's just such a nice thing to have on steel, where you kind of got the engraving, but you've also got the depth of the colour case. I just think it's such a nice move.
Yeah. It's quite a difficult process to achieve the colour case hardening with that depth of colour. It's quite hard to do.
No, and it's very, very nice. Again, available now?
Correct, available now. This one is limited numbers.
Right.
So we have 20 coming into the UK. There's 10 12s, 10 20s. They're all going out to dealers at the moment. So
already spoken for?
They are essentially already spoken for, yes.
Okay then. RRP?
RRP for this particular model is 3.
Okay. That's pretty reasonable.
It is, yeah.
Very nice. And I gather you've also got a new ladies gun, or two new ladies guns.
We do, yes.
Let's have a look.
Okay, so this is our Julia Siren.
Nice and thin in the neck, very swept, Prince of Wales.
Yep.
Nice figure in here, I like this. It's definitely a looker. Again, the nice depth in the colour case. But this stock is quite the change, and it's very gamey, isn't it? It's very kind of go faster.
Yeah.
I like it. Also available
Also
in a standard sporter.
As a 20 bore, yes. Yeah, and sporter.
Do you get a lot of requests for 20s in this? Or are you taking a punt?
We do for ladies' guns, because a lot of ladies' guns, well, a lot of ladies to begin with shoot with 20 bore shells, so the call is definitely there for them. And we found it's increasing. I think the ladies at the moment is the biggest growth in shooting. So for us, it's very, very popular.
Why not? And something that pretty. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I like it. Definitely. Thank you very much, sir.
That's not a problem. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
David.
Lloyd.
How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm all right. Here we are again, another show.
It's another year older.
You're thinning. There's no grey. Have you got some just for men going?
I picked them out.
Because I'm getting older by the second.
I think we
you're
all are.
looking well.
Oh, thank you. All
right, well, anyhow. So, you've got rakes and new stuff, Diva specials, and of course,
there's a lot to talk about.
The composite, which has been all over the social media recently.
Yeah, it's got a lot of interest again because it's unusual. You know, it's not wood. Oh my goodness, how can you make a gun without wood? So we pioneered, obviously, the laminate a couple of years ago, and everyone laughed.
Fabulous.
But everyone laughed at the time, and then they went, "Oh, actually, it's a really good idea." So it's another step on again. So it's a composite material with a rubberized inlay as well. So great purchase on the gun. But let's face it, we're not going to have walnut forever. We're going to have to look at other materials to use. So we're experimenting now, and it will become the norm. And the great advantage of it is obviously that it's so durable. It's a great all-weather gun. You're not going to worry about knocking it on a fence post or something because it's really durable. And it's more modern looking.
That wasn't a suggestion.
So it's just a more modern looking approach. We've got a lovely new engraving here, which is...
Big fan of that. Big fan of that new engraving.
It's a lasered on sort of contemporary feel.
I like it. I do think that there's a lot of space for this kind of new, more modern engraving styles. There's so much you can do. And this is really nice.
Yeah, exactly. What we tend to find is the newer people into sport really appreciate it because they're not comparing it to legacy models. So
they don't know
they're more accepting. They're more accepting of it.
Yeah.
But this is obviously a sporting gun. It's got a vented rib, 10mm top rib.
Okay.
And it's compatible with the extended chokes should you want them.
Yeah.
Full range of butt pads as well. So,
which chokes is it?
Invicta Plus.
Right. Okay.
So it's based on a 525.
Of course.
So it's 525 standard. We've just replaced the wooden parts with a composite material.
3-inch chamber?
Yes, 3-inch chamber, yes. But obviously, looking forward, using this platform, we can go to 3.5-inch chambered waterfowl model. So imagine a composite gun with for instance, a Cerakote finish. Great all-weather gun again. So, it's a platform to build on. Adjustable trigger.
Yep.
The 3 different pad systems as well. You can change that for length of pull.
All right, okay. Are they supplied with the gun or are they after?
They've supplied with one, but you can change it very simply.
Sure.
Most dealers will just change it for you anyway.
Is it just like a pull-out, push-in?
It's 2 screws.
Right, okay.
Come out.
But one little quirky bit I really like is on the base here, on the fore end iron, we've got some geo coordinates here. And if you look that up on the internet, it will take you straight into our factory at Hurstal, John Moses Browning's workshop.
Right.
John Moses died at his bench, perfecting the Browning, and that's the coordinates where he died. So it's a little legacy for John. Also, he's got his little signature in there in the fore end. So it's just a little tiny, little
callback.
Little thing.
Obviously, if you are interested in seeing the workshop, you can see the video. Look up the channel.
Yeah. Price-wise, about $2,000, just under $2,000. So it's not a lot, about 200 quid more than a standard game.
Do we know roughly what it weighs?
Feel it. Weighs about that much.
Ah, yeah. About that much.
I think 3.5 kilos, so
7 and a bit.
7.7.
Yeah. Is that? No, it isn't. I was going to say is it ambidextrous, but it does have a slight palm swell.
Slight palm swell, but it is very straight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Be a good all-rounder. A good wet weather gun, let's face it.
Good all-rounder indeed.
I'm looking forward to giving it a whirl. Is there going to be a press gun floating about?
I've got a couple you can borrow, yeah.
So this isn't the only new thing on the stand.
We've got quite a few special editions.
Ooh.
So you know about those normally.
Yeah.
So
let's go take a look.
So this little beauty, a bit dark and dusky and moody.
I do rather like this.
This is based on the Ultra XS, which is our best-selling clay target gun, competition gun. We thought it'd be rather fun to have it in a dark finish.
I like this simplicity.
Yeah, it's come out really well. I really like it. So it's obviously an Ultra underneath, so it's a proven competition product. Adjustability everywhere. It comes with a Pro kit, so barrel balance, stock balance system, triggers, butt pads, 8 chokes, so the full Pro kit in this product.
But in this new finish, which is very, very nice.
Yeah,
is it a Cerakote or?
It is Cyber Cerakote, yes. Yeah. So again, durability, matched in with this lovely sort of dark walnut as well. I think it looks really, really nice.
So it's an LE, like how many limited edition is it?
Limited to how many we can sell at any one time. No, they are very limited. I think we have about 150 for this year.
I honestly, that is about as pretty as any of the Ultras.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And that, it's got the JMB.
It's got the JMB as well, yeah. Yeah, the logo in the fore end.
Nice. And this, what is it, a grade 4?
Officially a grade 4, yeah.
Pretty.
And because it's got no engraving, it's a lower grade.
It lets the wood speak.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing.
A lot of the top shots, they don't want fancy engraving, they just want a nice piece of wood and plain action.
Who doesn't like a bit of wood? All right, what else you got? So, this is something I think people are going to get pretty excited about.
I got excited about it, yeah.
So this is the MK38 competition.
Yep.
Based on the MK38, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Grade 5?
Well,
that looks like a grade 5 to me.
It is grade 5, yeah. We don't particularly grade them. It's just a limited edition.
Sure.
So every year, we do a limited edition range. Small numbers of guns. We experiment and come out with new designs and new concepts. This is obviously a Miracle one. We've done a lot of experimenting lately with the silver inlay.
Tone on tone.
Yeah, tone on tone. So it's a silver plated design on the nitride. So it picks up the light, it shines, very, very attractive. This is a beautiful scroll engraving.
I just think this idea has worked so well on a good few of your engraving patterns just because it's pretty without being too bling. It doesn't like kind of look at me gold or anything. It looks really well.
Well, in the old days, it would have been gold, wouldn't it? So it's the same concept, but with a silver tone on tone. It just tones it down. It's classy. I really like it. I think it's super.
All right.
But yeah, beautiful looking gun. It's an MK38 basically. But
barrel
it's
with tram
the
line,
competition.
mid-bead, extended chokes.
Yep.
Beaver tail.
Yep. Adjustable.
Flat out the box, but adjustable.
Yep.
As you would expect on a Miracle.
So it's 3,800, which is really good money.
I think these are going to sell.
I think though, yeah. The only downside to these, we've got to wait a little while for them to come in.
Okay.
We're looking at probably December.
All right.
Before they hit the streets, but you know,
but you can see them here at the show.
Yep. What we would advise is get your order in now if you're interested in something like this, because the dealers have to order this by middle of March
ahead of time,
and then there's no more available. So we only build what we sell. So if you are interested, I would get to see the dealer earlier rather than later.
Wow.
So I'm interested in this product. Can you please order one for me?
Sure.
and that's the only way you can secure them, really.
Very nice.
But,
Cool. That's going to be a seller.
Yep.
And then up top.
Up top, we've got. Okay, so this one's the Imperial Silver. Don't know if you recognise that design at all.
I have seen it before.
It's we have used that before. This is like a ribbon around the gold, around the birds. We used to do it in a gold one, in a high grade Miracle Grey 6. But we've transferred it again using the same principle of the inlay silver.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
More classy. But yeah, so this is a grade 5, based on a 525 action. So everyone knows what that is. Nice 6mm top rib. But again, a nice classy.
Non-ventilated, it's full.
Non-ventilated, Invector Plus choke system. Interchangeable butt pad. You know the story. Silver trigger. But yeah, it's just another limited edition eye candy.
Yeah. Nimble.
So price point on this around just over 5,000. So again, it's not mega heavy, but good value for money, I think, for the specification.
Yeah. It's a pretty thing. I like it.
Yeah. Again, it's going to be like the MK38.
Limited numbers. So
limited numbers, but also later on in the year. So we're looking at probably November, December.
And also, I see available in a 20.
Available 20 as well. Yeah. Yeah. So you've got the two options. Actually, no, that's the it's 20. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Here on the GMK stand with Pietro, who is the product manager for competition shotguns from Beretta, and the DLC. Johnny's already reviewed it. It's an evolution of the DT11. The DT11 is arguably, I think, probably one of the best value competition shotguns on the market. It's one of the most popular videos on my channel. I've reviewed every iteration of, I think I've reviewed every kind that there is. And now there's the DLC. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so this is, as you were telling, the latest evolution of the platform. It's the new black edition of the DT11. So what we have done really is we kept the carbon fiber top rib, which was appreciated by most of our customers.
No heat hairs.
Yeah, and what we done is put the DLC finish on the receiver and on the all metal parts. So that would be the trigger pack, the receiver, but also on the barrels. What DLC is really a surface coating. That means diamond-like carbon. So it's hard as a diamond, but again, it has also nice look attached to it. And what it's really improving from standard bluing is it is obviously rust resistant, but also is scratch resistant, way more than standard bluing, obviously. So it is improving our DT11 black, and so we wanted to bring on our best competition shotgun at the moment this finish over here, which is again improving the platform.
And are you planning to do DLC on other shotguns?
Yes, obviously. Stay tuned for it.
I think the most common question I'm asked about Beretta is when will the 694 black?
Yeah.
I've been wondering if maybe this was what we were waiting for.
So right now the range on the 694 is basically completed, and we are very happy of the product.
Gun, yeah.
Is yes, for the money you are buying an absolutely beast of a shotgun. Yes, we are planning on a black edition, but we don't know when and how. But yes, in the future, why not?
So in terms of this coating, is it harder than the steel itself?
Yes, absolutely. As I was telling you, it's scratch resistant.
Sure.
So if you drop it, also if you are with your ring on the barrels and stuff like that, there's no way you could scratch. Yeah, exactly. So.
And I don't know if you're allowed to tell me this, but can you tell me how it's deposited onto the steel? How is it?
Well, obviously DLC was born as a friction treatment for example, pistols, but also military guns.
Yes.
We wanted to bring it also on the DT11 as a nice aesthetic feature. It is deposited with a special treatment that we currently own at Beretta.
Okay.
Proprietary. Proprietary,
Right.
absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah, nothing more than that, obviously.
Okay, fair enough. And the RRP 11.9,
Yeah,
a little bit north of the old black edition, but it's a better
but
product. I
but
guess.
it's improving. So
Yeah,
again, it's wear resistant. So again, you are buying a DT11 that will last forever, basically.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of one of the things about DT11s, right?
Absolutely. But now even more.
Right. And then any reason for this? I'm colorblind, so I think this is yellow. Is it yellow or green?
It is between yellow and green. You're
Okay,
right.
okay.
It's we call it zombie green.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a nice color that matches obviously the black.
And it nicely sets off the color.
And what we have done is basically we want to signal the fact that this receiver here is DLC coated.
Right.
So the acid green will be standard on all our DLC products. So also in the future.
Right, okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to meet you. Hello again.
You're right, Lloyd.
We was going to do this yesterday, and then we didn't.
And then we nearly did it
Yeah.
like a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
And this is take 2.
Yeah.
So, should we talk about the gun?
Yeah, actually, this is a new gun that's come out. This is a new gun, right?
This is the new Raffaello Best Limited Edition.
Yes. Which,
It's-
apart from being very pretty, has a really interesting barrel tech.
There is some really interesting barrel tech. So this is the first gun from Benelli in the UK that has the new AI barrel technology.
Which is
to put it in
19 point what?
19.8.
19.8 bore.
Yeah. And to put it into a kind of, I mean, I did have someone describe it to me the other day as widey, shrinky, widey, out.
Okay.
But basically, it has a fully tapered bore that runs almost to the full length of the barrel, then pops back out again with this exceptionally long choke.
That is a long choke.
And what it essentially creates inside the barrel is a Venturi system.
Right.
So if you understand fluid dynamics, heat and pressure causes any solid to effectively become a liquid. You squeeze it through a narrower chamber, you increase the velocity.
Yep.
So this barrel technology can increase the distance at which you can get good impact by up to 25%.
That's a big claim.
It is a big claim.
However, knowing the barrel tech and the testing that they do at the DUI, I'm assuming they're going to be able to back that up with science.
Yes, there is a very long and complicated equation that I completely understand.
Oh yeah, 100%. You explained it to me earlier. Trust me.
Yeah. It's there was a whiteboard. There was lots of numbers and figures, and it all works out. But it does actually bear out, and it actually works, and it increases the velocity through the barrel, and more importantly, increases the velocity at the target.
Sure.
It's all well and good increasing muzzle velocity, but when you hit terminal velocity, that's the problem. So it increases the velocity at the target, and it improves the patternability at range. It's a really, really clever dynamic way of changing barrels as we understand them in the gun trade.
I think Beretta are kind of at the cutting edge of that in terms of the dynamics of barrel design.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at all the testing and the analysis down to like the very finest micron of energy and impact, they are at the cutting edge.
Is there any claims of like difference in shot feel? Is there like reduced recoil, increased recoil? Have you tried one?
I mean, the problem with talking about recoil in general,
it is 100%
is what matters
subjective,
is
isn't it?
felt recoil, and everyone who shoots any gun will feel that recoil differently. There is obviously, with that increased bore size, comes less impact on the recoil. By the very definition of physics, it has to. Whether that makes a difference to you personally is kind of down to you shooting it and how you feel in general. But on top of all of that, it is heart-achingly pretty.
Well, so this is kind of like a grade 5 semi-auto, right? With the I'm guessing this is all laser, but is the gold inlet or is it like plated on?
Gold is hand finished.
Wow, okay.
So this is actually engraved by Bottega Benelli's.
Oh, okay. They do a lot of semi-autos there.
Yeah, absolutely. So they really have gone to town with this one. I mean, there's only 1,000 of them made anyway.
Sure.
Of which only 800 left Italy, because they keep 200 in Italy anyway. And so this is a really rare, limited little beast. We've also had confirmation as of yesterday that it is coming in 20 gauge, and there's only 500 of them.
All right.
And that 20 gauge will include the AI barrel technology as well. So really interesting case.
So we've got obviously the highly figured receiver, which is a nice combination of scroll work and game scene. The fore end is very sort of, it feels like a Benelli. Is this FAC or SGC?
Standard shotguns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carbon rib. The barrel tech is that the coating, which I can't remember the name of, but it's meant to be like
Benelli surface treatment.
That's
so
the one,
best, and that will give anything coated in best carries a 25-year warranty.
Right.
So the gun itself will have a 10-year warranty, all the mechanical pieces, bits and bobs, but the barrel finish gives it a 25-year warranty.
And this is available now, obviously in limited numbers.
Yes.
At £3,900 RRP.
Absolutely.
According to that card over there.
Yeah, there's a little price point there. Yes.
Now, I know Bywell have already sold one of these.
Yes.
I think they've actually got another one on the wall. So see your local stockist. I'm here on the SGC stand with James, and this is the new ATA Pro 12. Something that I've been hearing about for a little while, whispers on the grapevine, of a removable trigger ATA competition gun. Now, the ATA video on my channel is, I think, the second most popular video. They've been selling really, really well since I did that review several years ago. ATA have kind of really established themselves in the market, and now they're having to dig at a proper competition gun. James, take me through it, mate.
All right, here we've got this is a brand new SP Pro 12 shotgun from ATA. It's a thoroughbred clay shooting competition gun. It's a standalone gun from the rest of the ATA range. As we previously mentioned, detachable trigger units as standard. And I'm just going to throw it out there straight away. This gun that you see here that we've got in our hands, it's £1,100, £1,099. That's it, and we're talking a thoroughbred competition gun. Detachable trigger, grade 2.5 woodworker standard. If you want to go £1,000, we can sell you the one without the adjustable here. So we've got all guns for fits, different purposes. So we've really put a lot of work into this with the guys at ATA to come out and really launch a clay shooting gun that is affordable for everyone, but still has the best features available.
Yeah, so from the back we've got a Packmeyer pad, adjustable comb, weight system to go in the back end. Lockup is basically as with other ones in the model, in the range. Fore end very similar to the standard gun. Weight system attaching to the mid rib. Ventilated top rib, which looks to be an 11 to 8mm taper with a red front bead, and extended chokes. All in weight, do you know?
All in weight on this particular gun, what we call the fully loaded one, we are about 8.5 pounds on this one.
Which is right bang on the money for a competition gun.
Yeah.
Adjustable trigger. It does have a palm swell, which is noticeable but not too much. It's a good grip. And it actually moves nice. Are there going to be press guns available?
There will be press guns. We're just waiting. This is the final sign off now. It has been in production for a while with to-in and fro-in. We just wanted to launch a gun that is right from day one. So we've had probably 2 or 3 different variants, and nothing to hide. The first variant, it was a little bit big in the palm cell. So we've done some modifications, and this is what it's about. One of the biggest features we haven't mentioned, and we're very lucky to have Teague helping us with this, and I'd like to say thanks to Ivan, is the gun is backboards.
All right.
So the gun is backboards. We liaise with ATA on this. There's 27% felt recoil reduction in this gun. So again, although the features look good, there's features that you won't see. Backboring technology. This gun has it. So that's why we're happy now to go head to head with Beretta, Browning on launching this quality gun into the UK market.
Fit and finish looks nice. Is this like a production model or is it a prototype?
No, this is production model. So like I said, grade 2.5 woodworker standard. Oil finish, we're not going to lacquer the finish. We're not going to try and cheapen the gun for production. This is how it will come out. The weight system that you see on the gun will be an additional extra, but it won't be for a lot of money. But it just helps for you guys, girls, to have the perfect gun fitted.
The wood to metal fit, metal to metal fit all looks really good. The quality of finish looks good. This feels like a step up for it here, it really does.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we've had fantastic success with the standard range. You've done your video showing the advantages, the price point qualities, and now we're going head to head with some of our competitors' guns, and we want to see this used by a double A shooter, the A-class shooters.
Sure.
It's not just your normal club gun now.
Yeah, very nice, man.
No, it's.
And I noticed you've also got that's the non-adjustable model.
Yeah.
And then is this new as well, the laminate?
Yeah. So again, we've changed the laminate slightly.
Yeah.
We did have the brown laminate.
Yeah.
And after a few years, that sold fantastically well. All simple fit really. We've just changed to a different laminate colour.
Yeah, which looks bunny
on it. So it's now gone. This choice has been very popular for years.
Yeah.
The Winchester Select had it. So we've gone to its laminate. And again, just to sort of reinvigorate the gun, basically.
Sure. Very nice. James, thanks very much, man.
No, appreciate your time. Thank
Take it
you.
easy, man. So this is Matt FX. Made a huge splash in the UK market in the last 12 to 18 months.
Yeah.
Mega. Like, everybody wants one. And you guys have got something very, very interesting, which, to be honest, don't typically do air guns on this channel, but wow, this thing. Sexy. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this, especially for you guys in the UK. I think this kind of, if you're going to pick a sub 12 foot-pound air rifle, this kind of fits the bill really well in the way it's designed. And this is FX DRS. Three versions of it. There's the classic in walnut, the classic in synthetic, which is back there, and then there's going to be a pro version in an MDT chassis, which is more for the high power competitive, like precision rifle shooting market. But as far as just walk and stalk hunting, the weight and size and form factor of this, incredible.
That's light.
It is.
I was expecting that to be a bit.
Yeah, and what makes this so unique is. Firstly, you've got the barrel inside the air cylinder in the front here.
Right.
Which gives it that low-profile sort of traditional hunting rifle look. Beautiful walnut stock on this one. And then the plenum or regulated air chambers actually here where a magazine would be on a normal rifle. So that's all right here.
Okay. Keeps all the weight in the middle.
It keeps all the weight in the middle. And what it allows you to do is if you want to upgrade to FAC, which often just needs a bigger plenum just for more air.
Right, okay.
Then you can just swap out this with these 4 screws and have a slightly longer one.
Right.
So you'll see the very high power competition versions have a long plenum, and you'll see like in the MDT chassis it sticks out like a magazine would. But very, very simple, and I think that's the beauty of it. It's not over-engineered. It's exactly what you need. It hasn't got a bunch of fat on it. It's just it's pop,
looks a bit more traditional. It's got almost like a Stutson style stock.
Yes.
It looks really well.
Yeah.
Excited about
so
that.
I'm very excited about this. Yeah.
And the synthetic. So prices.
I'm actually not 100% sure.
Okay.
As I said, I just flew from South Africa.
James just told me that the synthetic's going to be around 750 quid, which
that sounds about right.
This feels like a steal for a gun of this quality.
Yeah, and as I said, it's not over-engineered, so you're not paying for unnecessary stuff.
Sure.
It's just everything you need for a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
Yeah, perfect.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Matt.
No problem.
Hey guys, I'm here on the Night Pearl stand. These guys are a relatively new player. I mean, not new, but I hadn't heard of you prior to today, right? And I picked up this, which is the new Harpier. This is the Harpier 50 Max.
That's the 50 Max.
Top of the range, but I was blown away by the image quality and actually, to be honest, the design of the thing. So, George, tell me a little bit about it.
Okay, that's our completely new dedicated rifle scope with a thermal core, as we have here a 50 Max. That means 50mm objective lens, and the Max series means 640 by 512 resolution of the sensor, running on 12 microns. And the new design, as you mentioned, is because we are from Czech Republic, we are doing this stuff in Czech Republic, and we are close to let's say traditional hunting.
Sure.
And the traditional hunting look, or the hunting rifle scope look, looks like this, according to the normal standards.
It's a really sleek design. I mean, it looks premium.
Yes, and we try to do it like a premium, not only with the design, but also with some features which are hidden inside this device. First of all, as I mentioned, that's a core with a very good resolution of the sensor. We have inside 2 batteries which are built in. You can use the exchangeable battery through this battery compartment cover. You can use 18650 or 18500.
Sure.
And 50 max with these 3 batteries, which are charged. You can have 11
hours.
up to 12 hours. Okay, it depends on the weather conditions,
Sure.
but let's say 12 hours. Also, it's equipped with a Wi-Fi, so every single photo, every single video, which is made by you through this device, can be shared via Wi-Fi to the mobile phone or tablet using our mobile phone
I noticed when I was having a play with the features, you've got a shot-activated still cam, so
yes,
that's a really nice feature.
We have there is an accelerometer inside the top turret, and it's a sensor for the recoil. So the recoil activated video 10 seconds prior to the shot, 10 seconds after the shot.
Right.
So you have a video for 20 seconds with your...
And does it have removable storage, or is it just Wi-Fi, or...?
You can... there is a storage for 32 gigabytes, which is built inside. And here we have a covered USB-C port. This USB-C port can be used for charging the batteries, or it looks like a folder for the PC.
Upload and download the images, right.
So you can download images and videos, which is, let's say, faster than the Wi-Fi, but it's old-fashioned.
So in terms of headlines, it's 950 grams, 55mm objective, 640 sensor with a 1080 OLED screen. We've got, in terms of controls, can you just run me through front to back?
Yes. So first of all, that's the focusing on the very front, so you can sharpen the image.
Nice and big, easy to get hold of.
It's very easy to focus on your target on whatever distance you need. Another control is on and off button, which is on and off and standby. Just a simple control. During the night, you can just and you are there. And the main point is this control button, our innovative wheel, which is normally like a zoom ring, so you can zoom in and zoom out using this wheel, like the standard zoom ring on the D-scopes. Or if you are in the menu, you are scrolling the menu and you are doing the things with the functions.
Yeah, it worked really well. I was messing about with it earlier. And then you've got the 2 buttons up here, which are your menu.
Yes, and the 2 buttons on the top, the OK button, which is for changing the color palette. It's just a single press and you are in the different color modes. If you long press it, you will enter the menu and the functions and you can play with it. And this button with the camera, you can take photos, make videos, everything.
In terms of different color modes, obviously white hot, black hot, I'm guessing.
Yes, white hot, black hot, these are the most common. I'm strongly recommending these colors.
I always use white hot.
For everybody, because it's more, it's comfortable for the eye. Instead of the rainbow color, which is okay, normal thermal, but after 30 minutes you are observing the scene with the rainbow color, you have a headache the day after, and you are blind.
Fair enough. And how about retail price on these?
Okay, retail price, what we have is 3,250.
That's for the top of the range?
For the top of the range. We also have a 50 Pro, which the main difference is 384 sensor, also 12 millikelvins. The rest of the stuff, the rest of the intestines inside the device are the same. And the price point for this is 2,400, 2,350. And the 200 pounds less is for the 35 Pro, and the main difference, 35mm objective lens.
Sure. Okay. In terms of zeroing and stuff, and actually changing winnage and elevation, is that done through the menu, or do you have it on a click wheel? Or?
You have to go to the menu, but it's very simple. Also using
Same
the
scroll.
wheel. So if you enter the menu, set the zeroing for 3 different profiles, so you can use it for 3 different rifles or 3 different distances.
Got you.
Then you are setting the elevation and the windage correction. Just turning with this, and I can say it's 2-shot zero. So first shot to find your target point, and then you can move.
And reticle choice?
We have 5 different reticles. From the most common, normal, classical Z-Plex, or how to call it, reticle, up to the mil dot BDC with the bullet drop compensation.
Right.
But in the electro-optics, when you can pretty easy set the zeroing profile for different distance, it's just for the, let's say, estimated measurement where you are, where the point of impact could be.
And these are available right now?
These are available right now.
Ask your stockist, I guess.
We have them in the stock in Czech Republic, here also in the UK, and we are now, because the stuff is produced in Czech Republic and comes from Czech Republic to the UK, we have nearly 100 pieces in the assembly process, which will be done after EVA show.
Right. Awesome. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Thank
man.
you.
Hello, darling.
Lloyd,
I
welcome.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Welcome to the Viking stand, and in particularly the Mossberg section.
Yes. So, I've been fancying doing a review on pumps, and can you shoot players with a pump? So, I think he's going to send me one to play with. But, while we're here, 940 Pro, I've never actually had a chance to handle this before. It's not new, but new to me.
It's new-ish. In the world of shotguns, it's a couple of years old, so it's still fairly new. If you think of some of the better guns that have been around for a long time, whether it be a Beretta or a Browning, some of them have been around now for over 100 years. So it is still, fairly new. But this, and the whole idea of this, with Jerry behind it and Lena, Mossberg branding, it's still a gun ready to race out the box.
Right.
Now, for someone like yourself or me, wanting to find something that's not too expensive, 1,200 quid out the box, you can then start to customise it a little bit more. But the bulk of it is already done.
I was going to say, it's already got the big...
It's already cut away. Got the big oversized bolt, bolt release, top tank safety, 9+1, multi-choke and high-vis sight.
Yeah. It's really well balanced. I was just saying, it's actually... Obviously, once it's fully loaded, it's definitely not going to be, but...
Well, if you meet up with, like, Team Williamson, so you've got 3 people in the team, they've got theirs further customised, or personalised is probably the better way. I'd say personalised, because one of them will have weight in the stock, someone's got weight in the barrel. This is a great opportunity to buy something that's just ready to start.
Ready to rock and roll, basically.
Yeah, you've got half that journey, as they call it these days, done.
The ergo is actually really nice. Reach to trigger is good compared to most autos, which is generally crap. That reach is nice. Safety's nice and positive. I mean,
one of the other things I like about this is it's Mossberg.
Yeah. Is it gas or inertia?
This one is gas.
Right.
It's got a new gas system that you don't have to clean for around 1,500 rounds. However, personally, I always say clean your gun every time. It's a lot easier. But one of the things I like about this, it's also drilled and tapped if you ever wanted to go for optics. You can also use it for wildfowling. It's fairly new. Obviously, you can only load it with 3 rounds.
Is it 3 or 3.5?
That's 3-inch. 3-inch seal shock proof Magnum. Okay, so you use it for anything. And more importantly, it's still a Mossberg because it's made in America by Americans. A lot of brands now are American or British. You take Royal Enfield, British brand, but it's made in India. That is still made in America by Americans with an American stamp, and it has been since 1919.
I dig the kind of contrasting anodized controls and stuff. That looks kind of cool, right?
It's quite funky, isn't it? It's funky without going too ostentatious.
Not too bling. And once you've clagged on some nice Gucci bits on it, look quite tasty. Nice.
Very smooth to shoot.
Also available down here with the sort of regular SGC version.
So you've got three models available in the UK. You've got this, you've got the same model but with a dark camo stock. And then we have the Pro Field. So the Pro Field is a slightly simpler version. It's a
3-shot. They're all section 2, but it's still got an oversized bolt.
Yeah.
And it's still got an oversized bolt release, and it's still easy to feed.
Same design on here too.
Same
Right.
design, less bling, shorter magazine.
Yeah.
Still drilled and tapped if you want it. It's
RRP?
RRP on that one is around £1,000 and about £1,200 on that one.
Can't argue with that.
And obviously, British dealers being dealers, always keen to do a bit of a dealer. That's why we call them dealers. I'm sure they do you a special price.
I'm sure. Awesome. So, available right now at your stockist.
We are actually starting to ship Monday. We just had a new shipment come in last week.
Right.
When we get back from the British Shooting Show, orders will start dropping down, and then we'll have the normal process where we'll probably run out again for another year. But we just had delivery in, ready to go.
Cool. Loophole. Superb value for money. I've been wanting to have a look at one of these for a little while. Loopholes, they're so much bang for your buck in terms of quality versus cost, as well as weight and features and blah blah. They're a really nice bit of kit. You've just launched a new one, so I thought I'd grab him. Tell me about it.
Well, Lurpole's been around for a long time,
Yeah.
and there's a reason for that. It's because they just keep evolving and producing better and better products. Products that now superseded anyone's expectations and now being chosen for work in the extreme by British Special Forces, by also American and various other because they can take it.
Yeah.
But it's also available to the UK civilian market. So we've got the Mark V. So they start off with the Freedom, which is an entry level for hunting and target, up to the Mark V. The Mark V is the apex.
The bee's knees.
However, this sort of thing does come at a premium price of around £3,000. What Leupold have done is recognise what people want and also try to introduce something now at a different price point that is more achievable to the average working man like myself. So they brought out the new Leupold Mark IV.
Right.
So the Mark IV is virtually, magnification and spec size the same. This is a 34mm tube, as that's the 35. But the main thing is, this is nearly half the price.
Right.
Comes with similar reticles and zero stop and BBC turrets. Some great reticles in there for the target boys. I think for the 2.2 PRS and also for a lot of the centerfire chaps, they're really going to be sort of.
And are they available in milliradian and Mildot?
Mildot and Milrad.
MOL,
Yeah. So when it goes into Milrad, which is the most popular at the moment, they've also brought out these clever little binoculars. So if you're on the range, you've actually got a Milrad Ret in there. It's a 10 power magnification. If you're trying to spot your friend, you can tell him they are 1 or 2 mils out.
That's a really good idea.
This also works really well with some of the hunting scopes that people have still chosen to use some of the windage in Milrads. And the next thing that came out, which is also the first in the UK, is the new Leupold range-finding binocular next door. That has been extremely popular as well.
Cool.
So all in all,
and this was, what did you say, 1,500 thereabouts?
Well, these start off at about £1,230.
Okay.
Go right the way up to about 1,800.
Okay.
So when you think the top of the range Mark V is about 3.5, it's exceptionally good value for money.
Weight?
In what way?
How much does it weigh? I don't know.
So I don't know the exact weights,
Okay.
but I could get those for you if you want me to go geeky on the catalogue. But what I will say is one thing you will notice, not so much on stuff like that, but if you put a competitor up against it at a similar price, the weight is nearly twice as much. This is half as much because that's what goes into the production that makes it the quality product it is. The optic, the size of the tube, the machining and the craftsmanship that goes in it. And they all come with lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty?
Lifetime warranty. Not just for the person that buys it, the original purchaser. If you sell it to someone else, it's the product. So if that product has a manufacturing defect or default or issue at any point in its life, Leupold will fix, replace. Whatever they can, if they can't fix it or they can't repair it, they will replace it.
Unbelievable. There you go.
And if it's 20 years on and they don't make that model anymore, they will replace it with today's equivalent.
You can't argue with that.
Probably the best warranty or guarantee you'll never need.
Awesome. Thanks very much, man. Morning, Chris.
Morning, Lloyd. How's it going?
It's Sunday. I'm tired is how it's going.
Yeah, it's tired, but you got to power through. There's nothing quite like the spectacle it is the British Shooting Show, and especially having stuff like this, because I've been talking about it all weekend.
I bet you're not sick of it at all.
No, I never do. When do I ever get sick of talking about work? Talking about guns and talking about clay shooting or game shooting or whatever, so it's been a brilliant weekend.
Absolutely. Always got time for that. Right,
definitely.
So these are the 125th anniversary special edition guns.
Yep, so Weihrauch have been trading 125 years this year. They have done 3 rifles. They're all designed in-house to celebrate their centenary. They did a HU 97 in their 100-year anniversary, which I actually owned. It was my second ever gun, my first Weihrauch, and I sold it and I regret it. So 24 years later, really, they launched another one. So hopefully at the age of 36, for my birthday in September, I might be able to unwrap one of these, I don't know. But yeah, so we've got 97 KT, 100T and a 50S, all to celebrate the anniversary. So they've got really nice little touches, like the 125 anniversary there. There's some engraving on the underneath of the cap. Really, really lovely.
And is this particular colour?
It's a complete one-off.
Yeah,
for
and
the,
how many of these are they making in each?
Right, so we've got about 450 of these coming in, hopefully a minimum of 150 of these, and about 250 of these. Right. The worldwide run, so they're going to do 600 of these, 300 of the 100s, and I'll have to have a look, 900 of the 50s.
So you're getting a good chunk of them then?
Oh yeah, we always get a big chunk of them because we...
Cool, and available when?
So hopefully June. The components will be sort of coming March time, and yeah, we should have the full complement June, July time. Dealers have been pre-ordering. I've had WhatsApps, Facebook messages, you name it. Everybody going, I've seen these, they're at the show, can we order some? So we're going to be really busy on Monday putting all the orders in and sorting the queue out. So yeah, absolutely wonderful. As a Weihrauch owner yourself, yes, you've got a 95. You go, oh, it's a great little air rifle. I mean, you bought it to shoot pigeons with in your back garden, and probably it's still in the cabinet because they decided to go away.
They did actually. Every time I look at the pigeons and I bought it, they're like, nope.
No, we're going. Yeah. So it's wonderful to sort of see, look, I love my clay shooting, I love my game shooting in general really, but the air rifles is where it started for me. And it's great to sort of infect people with air rifleitis, especially you when you're like, I want a nice air rifle. We've got your lovely air rifle. So yeah, we're really pleased with these.
Good.
They'll come with like a limited edition hat. They'll come, you know.
Do we have an idea on pricing yet?
Yep, so you're looking about $850 for the 97, about $450 for the 50, and about 1,200 quid for the 100. Thereabouts, off the top of my head. We only got the prices on Friday morning, so I'll be there or thereabouts. I can, I'll message you if there's anything radically different. You can do some nice little underroll.
Yeah, so this is a Ruger Gen 2 American. For 10 years we had the original Americans that have been staple products in the UK. After 10 years of using the rifles, feedback, we just took what we needed to do and built the Gen 2. So from back to front, we have a adjustable length of pull. So this spacer comes out, you can go from 13 3/4 down to 12-inch length of pull just by simply unscrew the swivel stud, remove the spacer, put the recoil pad back. We now have adjustable comb heights, so this comes with a low comb. Viking will carry comb kits as well as length of pull kits. We also have a 3-pound accessory weight kit. So
change the balance.
You change the balance, you can help mitigate recoil. Some of the other features of the gun, a stainless bolt, so we have a much smoother bolt.
Yeah, I tried the difference in the bolt.
Yep.
It feels a lot slicker.
If you want to customize it, we have a screw-on bolt handle, so you can change the bolt handle. Probably one of the biggest features is the 3-position safety. So now forward fire, middle is safe unload, and now back locks the bolt. So if you're carrying, you don't have to worry about the bolt. Everything under 40 caliber will now be a spiral fluted barrel. They'll all be threaded with a muzzle brake. The 40 calibers and above will still be a standard barrel, not fluted, but everything will be Cerakoted. Right now we're doing the standard 20-inch models.
the 16-inch ranch models. We will be coming later in the 22-inch model Predators. So,
okay. And the finishes available are this kind of, do you know what they're called? Sorry,
yeah. So the stock, we're just a synthetic stock, but we've got the speckle paint, so you have a little bit more grippier stock. So they're not slick. The Cerakote action, everything else is still American. We still have the Marksman trigger. All the hunting cartridges will take AI magazines. Now that all the high BC bullets and maximum overall length cartridges are on the market, we found the AI magazines feed the most reliably. Okay. Now, obviously, AR magazines for like 300 Blackout, 5.56, and then in the 7.62x39, the Mini 30 Ruger magazines.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Any other?
And obviously the pick rail, nice and simple.
Yep. Very easy. Just like I said, these guns shoot amazing. For the money, people look at them and go, why are they so inexpensive? And they're just, in the U.S. market, this is a price point we felt we had to hit.
Right.
They're a great gun for the money, loaded with features.
Look cool. The fact that you've got this adjustability at the back end is a great idea.
Yeah.
It's just missing from so many guns, especially it comes above this price point, which is kind of curious to me. And in terms of calibers available right now?
Yeah, so we'll have everything from 204 up to 300 Win Mag.
Right.
Right now, 223, 5.56, 7.62x39 in the ranch, 300 Blackout, 6.5 Creedmoor. Coming soon will be 22 ARC, 6 ARC. We'll do a 22 Creedmoor eventually. 16-inch 308 will be coming later this year. Right. And then we'll get to the long actions, the 270s, the 30-06s, your more traditional cartridges as well. So the nice thing about this gun, like you said, is now every gun is a full size and a compact. So a retailer or dealer doesn't have to carry a compact and a full size. One gun will do it all.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Cool. Thanks very much, man.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote for BSS 2024. Only 363 days left to BSS 25. It was a wild ride, guys. We were there for 4 days and we couldn't hope to cover all of the stuff that we wanted to in the time. But hopefully this video has given you a flavour of some of the awesome stuff we were able to get around while we were there. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time.